Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel leelawebdev. In this video, we will learn about the hierarchical injectors. In that hierarchical injector, the concept is about the module injector. What is this module injector? If you are using normal components, not a standalone components, means then you need to understand about this module injector. In the case of ng module based applications, so that means if you are not using the applications which is a standalone application, if you are using ng module based applications, means the module injector can be configured in one of the two ways by using these methods. So these module injector can be configured in one of the two ways. First one is the injectable provided in property referred to a root or the platform. So whenever you are trying to define a service, and it should have a provided in property and it should define with a root or a platform. And the another one is an ng module providers array. Okay, so this is another one, ng module providers array. Module injector is configured by the ng module providers and ng module imports property. So module injector is configured by the ng module providers and an ng module imports property. So this is the one thing. So you will be having a providers and an imports property in the ng module. So there you can configure it. And module injector is flattening of all the providers arrays that can be reached by following the ng module imports recursively. Child module injector hierarchies are created when lazy loading other modules. So when you are trying to lazy load the other modules, ng modules, then child module injector hierarchy will be created. Otherwise, normally the module injector will be created. So this is about the module injector. Apart from this module injector, we have another concept that is nothing but a platform injector. What is this platform injector? Apart from this module injector and all those things, we also have another one that is called as a platform injector. So there are two more injectors above the root. So that means whenever you are having a root injector, so there are two more injectors. That is nothing but additional is an additional environment injector and also an null injector. So these are the two things above root. You will be having two more injectors. That is nothing but environment and null injector. Consider how Angular bootstraps the application with the following in the main.ts. If you try to check the main.ts file, here I will be opening. And here in the main.ts file, how the Angular is configured is, how the Angular bootstrap the application is. So here you'll be able to see bootstrap application and you'll be having it like this. And here the bootstrap application method creates a child injector of the platform injector. So here the bootstrap application creates a child injector of the platform injector, which is configured by the application config instance, which is created by the application config instance. That is nothing but app config instance. This is the root environment injector. And the platform browser dynamic method creates an injector configured by a platform module which contains platform specific dependencies. This allows multiple applications to share a platform configuration. For example, let's say that a browser has only one URL bar, means then all the applications which are running, no matter whatever the applications you are having, you will be having only one browser with URL bar. So that for this one, you can use a browser platform function to initialize the services. So apart from this one, so now you understood about this one, right? So about the platform environment injector, that is nothing but a platform injector, something like that. So now you will be having another one that is nothing but the next parent injector in the hierarchy is the null injector. So which is the top of the tree. So that means you will be having a null injector. So this is also one concept, null injector, apart from this one. So that means you will be having at the top null injector, okay, and at the bottom you will be having an environment injector like platform thing, and the last you will be having a root injector. Okay, so this one is a root environment injector. So like this you will be having. So the next parent is the null injector, which I want to explain you. So here if you try to run, the next parent injector in the hierarchy is the null injector, which is the top of the tree. If you have gone so far up the tree, means then you are looking for a service in the null injector. So you will get an error unless you have used the optional. So that means if you are trying to inject a service which you are trying to use it as an optional, means then you will not get any error. But if you have reached to the top of the null injector and you have not able to find a service, means then ultimately everything ends up with a null injector and you will return an error. In the case if you haven't used optional or anything, so it will return null. If you have used it an optional or anything, means it will return null, or otherwise it will return an error. So we'll try to see about this optional thing and all those things. I will try to tell you. So now I will try to show you a diagram which represents the relationship between the root module injector and its parent. The first one at the top you will be having is null injector, always throws an error unless you have used an @ optional for the injector service. And the next one is an environment injector configured by the Angular, and it has special things like DOM sanitizer, location strategy. These are all things you will be having provided in platform. Okay, these are all provided in platform, and that is nothing but DOM sanitizer. So this is the environment injector. And the next one you will be having is the root. So here this one is the root, and this environment injector configured by an app config and has things for your app, bootstrap application, this app config. So that means, so whenever you are trying to use this app config, so in this one, whatever the things you are providing, so this is called as a root. Okay. So while the name root is a special alias, other environment injector areas don't have an alias. So this is root is the only thing which is a special alias name. Other environment injector which I am trying to tell you, like this environment injector doesn't have any names or aliases names. You have the option to create an environment injector hierarchies whenever a dynamically loaded component is created, such as with the router, which will create child environment injector hierarchies. So that is one thing. So this root is the special alias thing for environment injector, and these environment injector and for the router, these are all the things dynamically loaded components. So these are all the things also will have an environment injector. All the requests is forwarded up to the root injector, whether you have configured it with the application config instance, pass it to the bootstrap application method, or registered all providers with the root in their own services. Okay, so that is one thing. And the another one which I want to tell you, explain you, is the injectable versus application config. If you configure an app wide provider in the application config of bootstrap application, it overrides one configured for the root in the injectable metadata. You can do this by configuring a non-default provider like this. So for example, let's say that, so here in our code, okay, I will try to remove this one so that you can able to understand it very easily, or otherwise in the settings I will add what I want to tell you is I will add here 24. Okay, so that you can able to see the increased font size. Now here we are having some code here. Okay, so we are having here like this. And in this one, which I am trying to show you is, for example, let's say that here we have created a simple route, and this is present in the app.routes.ts. So here I am having a route that whenever the user tries to open /team, and it needs to open a component that is nothing but team component. And here in app.component.html, I have used this routelet wherever, so that the routing, if it is loaded, means the component which is associated with that routing, it will be loaded in this router outlet. And here we are having an anchor link which is a router link, and I am trying to click here, go to the team. So we are using a team. So now when I click on this link, automatically it will go to /team, and the teamworks component we are able to see it. For example, let's say that, so here by default the location strategy for this one is in path location strategy. So if I want to change it in the root base means, so what I can do here, I can go it in the app.config.js file, and here I can provide the location strategy, and I can use this path location strategy, which is a default one. So if I try to show you here, so it will be still will be in /team only. So but if I try to change it to the hash location strategy, so now if I try to show you here, so now if I click here, so you will be able to see hash has been applied. So that means we can override the platform or the router or the environment by using this root environment injector thing. So that is the main thing which I want to tell you. So that is the thing. So now here you can do this by, so we can configure it like this. This is all about the module injector and also the platform injector and a null injector. So you need to understand that null injector is at the top and environment injectors, and then next you will be having a root injector. The root injectors is nothing but whatever the injectors you are trying to inject using the app config in the bootstrap application. So these are the hierarchy which you need to follow it. So that's all about this injectors thing. So in the next video what we will try to learn is, we will try to learn about the element injector. So this is also one of the concept which we need to learn it. So hope you understand about the concept. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.